Hey guys, welcome to What's Shaking. Today at the University of Toronto Trinity College, the 5th annual Tamil Studies Conference is being held. Let's go inside and find out what's shaking.
Well, I look at Bharatanatyam practices in Colombo, Sri Lanka. My research focused on a year of Bharatanatyam practice in 2007 in Colombo. And so I look at how women are dealing with ethnic politics and the conflict through their dance practice, and how different histories are assigned to the dance practice. So some people think of it as Sri Lankan, some people think of it as Tamil, and all of those different ideas about the dance form.
I'm here at the Tamil Studies Conference with Sonia Das, who did a really cool feature on Tamil and French. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, I did my research on Tamils in Montreal and how they're learning Tamil and how they're learning French, and I also compared the scene in Montreal with the scene in Toronto.
Sorry, if I may just add one thing. I know that there was a huge amount of people who went to Montreal at one time, especially in the period from 85, I think, to about 89, because there were a huge backlog of Tamil refugee cases in the Toronto area. So, you know, there are many reasons why people would, I mean, they did eventually move out to Toronto.
People they use Montreal as like the second to last stop on the way to Toronto. But I do want to add that people are coming back from Toronto to Montreal, which is considered to be, to have a joie de vivre, right? Montreal, I mean, in Toronto people make money and in Montreal people know how to live. That's I think that nowadays people are really interested in exploring what it means, what the Tamil diaspora means in the broader Tamil experience. So that was really interesting and exciting.
Are you going to come back again next year?
Maybe not next year, because traveling from Vancouver is really far, but I'll be back.
Another country.
Yeah, you know, I'm really jet lagged. But yeah, I'll be back. This is a great experience.
Now, some of you remember Angela Brito from 2 weeks ago when we did a piece on Savick. You were there, we met, and you are one of the organizers.
I am. I'm the media coordinator of the Tamil Studies Conference. I'm also a presenting scholar here. I think I do way too much, but you know, it's fun. It's good work.
Is this your first time here?
No, actually it's my second time here. First time here as a presenter and scholar, and last year I was a volunteer.
What did you present this time?
I presented on the human zoos this morning, so that was exciting, intimidating and exciting. It was basically looking at ethnographic exhibitions, so people were taken from Sri Lanka to be exhibited in European zoos.
அது வந்து புலம்பெயர் சூழ்நிலையில் இலக்கியங்கள் சஞ்சிகைகள் இசை நடனம் போன்றவைகளெல்லாம் சிறப்பாக வளர்வதற்குரிய சாத்தியக்கூறுகள் நிறைய இருக்கின்றன, வளமும் இருக்கின்றன. எனவே அவற்றையெல்லாம் நல்ல மாதிரி இங்குள்ள புலம்பெயர் மக்கள் பயன்படுத்தி அதை சிறப்பாக செய்ய வேண்டும் என்ற ஒரு நோக்கோடு எங்களோட உரைகள் இருந்தது. அப்போ அது வளர வேணும், இன்னும் கூடுதலாக வளர வேணும் என்ற கேள்விகள் எழுப்பப்பட்டன.
Ron here is an attendee?
Yes, I am.
Is it your first time, second time?
Second time. Second year at the Tamil Studies Conference.
What are the differences between last year's conference and this year?
Okay, so I'm not going to lie. Last year it was really, they spent a lot of time outside. You had tables outside. I think they also drew a lot more people last year. This year they had the venue inside, so it's a little bit claustrophobic, but the speakers are amazing.
Who's your favorite?
All of them were Tamil women. All of them were Tamil women in university. Yeah, they were academics. They
were educated. I mean,
yeah, exactly. You got brains. You ain't just a
us.
pretty face. You ain't just a pretty face. You got brains. And they, and some of the guys, and well, I do. And the girls, there were 4 of them. A lot of them talk about things like immigration, refugee status, about education, about things you could do with health and healthcare reform for Tamil people. It's amazing. It's a community, and I think that's why I love it.
And what was the inspiration to it on the Tamil language in specific?
Well, the Tamil...
Because you're of Bengali background.
Yeah, I'm of Bengali background. I was interested in language politics, and you know, Montreal and Quebec being so pro-French, I wanted to know how South Asians were sort of dealing with this kind of language politics and how they were learning their own language. And the Tamils and the Sri Lankan as well as the Indian Tamils were very adamant about teaching their children Tamil, speaking Tamil, and a lot of the kids were actually growing up multilingual. Whereas a lot of the other South Asian communities, some of them were, but others were not. Particularly like the Bengali community, they weren't necessarily sending their kids to these schools. So I was really interested in looking at what was going on in the Tamil heritage language schools and finding out what kids thought and what they were going to do with Tamil and what they thought about French and English and how they felt about being Canadian.
What would you tell to the people today who missed out?
Oh, you missed out on a lot, and I hope you come next year because you won't see this kind of research anywhere else.
Tamil Studies courses is the way to go. Want to learn about your culture? Take a Tamil Studies course. You don't always need to listen to Amama or Amma to get to know things about your culture. You can take a course, do some reading, you'll read amazing poetry, literature, just see how diverse our community is.
You missed a great conference, a unique conference that happens nowhere else in the world, and you should be really proud to have this in your home city.
உங்களுக்கு சந்தோஷமா இருக்குதா? எப்படி young ஆட்கள் வந்து எப்படி எங்களோட தமிழ் கல்ச்சர் பத்தி லேர்ன் பண்ணீங்க?
அதாவது கூடுதலான ஒரு பகிர்வு நடக்குது. அதாவது இங்கே உள்ள கனடா மண்ணில் உள்ள பகிர்வுகள் மட்டும் இல்லாமல் அனைத்துலக மக்களையும் வந்து இது எப்படி புலம்பெயர் சூழ்நிலை அப்போ தங்கள் நாடுகளில் இதை வளர்க்க வேண்டும் என்று ஒரு ஆர்வம் ஏற்படுற மாதிரி இருக்குது.
And I know that you know about Tamil, so
so I studied Tamil a little bit at the University of Michigan. So எனக்கு Tamil விருப்பம், எனக்கு Tamil படிக்க ஆசை.
Wow.
Thank you.
Everyone's got to learn Tamil because Sonia here isn't, and that's good. You got good enunciation. What would you tell viewers who missed out the 5th annual conference?
I tell them that they missed out on a good 2 days of really good food and really good conversations and good panels. You know, we're so used to hearing things in the news and in the media about the war, about politics, about international relations and things like that. But this is a really good chance to learn about
more
art.
About our culture.
Yeah, what about our culture, about art, about identity, about literature, about the things that sort of affect us in the second generation. As a whole. And also about our history and traditions and things like that. So, I mean, it's really a good chance to learn a mixed bag of things.
So, don't miss the 6th annual Tamil Studies Conference.
To be announced, but yes.
Because we'll be there.
Yes.
We will. So thanks for joining us.
Yes.
This is Angela and Thurka signing out for What's Shaking. Tamil Studies Conference is what's shaking it up, and Angela over here. Join us next week when we'll bring something else amazing to you. What will it be?
Okay. I don't know. It'll be good though.